Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of the Between Deadlines and Dreams podcast. I'm your host, Mehjabeen PV, and today is a very special episode. Y'all are in for a treat because we have also a very special guest. Tuti Aradia, welcome to the show.
Thank you
We
so
are
much.
so happy to have you here. Um, so, for people who don't know Tuti, she is a very good friend of mine, but also she's so much more. People who know her for being the co-founder of Project Karune, but she is so much more. She's a trekker, she's a traveler, she's a young philanthropist, and so much more, and a future astronaut. But what people don't know, there is so much this girl who's achieved so much in this small period of life, right? And today we're gonna get into her story, everything she's achieved, and I'm so excited because we had a little talk before this and I was completely wowed by your journey to this moment, and I can't wait for people to know about that too. Before we start, we would like to give a small shout out to the place we are at. This beautiful, oh, we have drinks. Yeah, this is, what's the drink called?
I think guava mocktail, maybe
Guava
something.
cocktail.
Yeah,
Yeah, cheers, babe.
yeah,
So
it's really good.
it's good. It's good. It's really good. Okay, so about the drinks. So anyway, thank you so much to Lola's and Manita Tech Park for letting us film here. So thank you to them and their management. The ambiance is beautiful, it's amazing, the food is even better, and I would, Duti would say that too, highly recommend
Yeah,
everyone
yeah.
to come here.
Everybody should try this place out. It's really good.
Yeah. So now that that's all out of the way, why don't we start? Yeah?
Yeah, I would firstly like to thank you and your whole team for having me here. It's my first ever podcast and I'm so privileged that I'm having it with you guys. So just thank you for having me here.
Oh, honestly, we are the fans. Everyone here is
Oh.
really excited to have us. Have her. Okay. So let's start. Let's go back 7 years.
Right.
Okay, it's peak COVID time.
Yeah.
All teenagers, okay, we just hit puberty, and everyone's using Riverdale and Euphoria to form their personality.
Right.
But what were you doing then during COVID? What were you up to?
I started applying for competitions from NASA,
Okay.
ISRO, and some startups like Orbitex India, MRs from the US. I just wanted to work. I just wanted to explore. I just wanted to do something which interests me and just sparks my
Yeah,
curiosity.
yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's where it all started. That's where the whole journey started during COVID.
Okay, well. For how long did you want to be an astronaut? Is that when it started?
I've always, as far as I remember, I've always wanted to be an astronaut. So
Mm-hmm.
during the summertime, my whole family, we would go up to the terrace to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And while we lie down there and when we looked up at the universe and the whole sky, it was just limitless. And I always wondered what's there
What's
beyond
up
what we
there?
can see. Right. So, and I think that's where everything started. And the main person behind my dream is my grandpa.
Oh,
Yeah,
lovely.
he used to take me for air shows, and the place that I live in is very close to Chakur Aerodrome,
Okay.
right? So at that point in time, maybe like 10, 12 years ago, we could see all the jet planes like come and go, and
Okay, wow,
yeah,
yeah.
it was really nice. So I
Okay.
think, yeah, that's where I was like, even I want to fly,
Mm-hmm,
even I
mm-hmm.
want to go up there, and then why just go see the clouds? Why not just see
Go
the
about
stars
it.
as well?
I
So
think that's a beautiful mindset for someone who's that young at the time. And you talked about MMRs,
yeah,
right? Can you like elaborate on how was your experience working for NASA? How did that come to be? I think people would love to hear
yeah.
that.
So Mars is a startup based out of the US. They do analog astronaut training programs. They do
Wow.
it virtual and they do it in person. I started that when I was in seventh grade, maybe,
Okay,
I think.
wow.
Yeah, so that's where it all started. I did like a course for 7 days where they trained us for the basic emergency training where we go up to space. So how are you supposed to handle the situation? So if somebody is about to die, then how do you do a CPR, right? How do you take your own blood sample so that you can check if you're all right
Mm-hmm,
up
mm-hmm.
there in space, because your body is very
Yes.
different when you're up there.
Of course,
Yeah, the
definitely.
way
Yeah.
it functions, it varies very much. So we started out with that, and then we also went into how the diet should be for an astronaut.
Oh.
So yeah, it was a very all-rounder kind of a thing. It went from technical to bio plays, and it's like you have to be self-sustainable and up there. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was like a mini astronaut virtual training program.
So that must have been great for your start of your astronaut
Yeah,
passion,
yeah.
right? And how long did you do that?
So the trainer program, I did that for 7 days, and then I got into the internship program. And
Okay.
yeah, I did the internship program. I did a couple of projects with them. And then I was also a trainer.
Oh,
So
trainer.
yeah,
So
I
you
was a
went from
trainer.
doing a course and then you became a trainer.
Yes.
Okay,
So
wow.
we did training for the new batch of students across the globe. It's not only
Whoa.
from India, but there were people from Spain, Abu Dhabi, US, and Brazil. So there were like the amount of diversity and the things that I've learned. It was just amazing.
I think there's a lot to learn from the different people who
yeah,
are in this
yeah,
course.
yeah, yeah.
And at what age? How old were you when you became a trainer?
7th grade. So maybe
So like
around like
13,
13,
14.
14. Yeah.
What were we doing when we were 14? Okay. No, I think that's great. So 8th, 9th, what were you doing then?
8th, 9th, I worked with Emma's for a year,
Okay.
right? And then the lockdown got over, and then school started. So that's when 8th came in. Then I did a research project for reusable launch vehicles, similar to the ones that Elon Musk is building.
Oh.
Yeah, but with multi-engine. So
So were you making this physically like
it's more of a theoretical paper,
Okay.
where you come up with a hypothesis and
yeah,
things
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. But yeah, to build it needs a lot of government things,
Help,
and you
yeah.
need government's help, and then you need experts in it, because it has a very huge area. So yeah, you need help for that. You can't single-handedly do it.
So, from everything I'm hearing right now, I want to highlight that it's not normal for someone so young to like think so broad. Like obviously, we all had dreams.
Right.
I one day I was a ballerina. The next day I was
Mhm.
an air hostess. The next day I was like an astronaut. I kept training every
Mhm.
day, but none of us really took initiative. Like when a relative asked us, "Yeah, I want to be this,"
Yeah.
but did any of us took action? You took action when you were 13 years old. That's not normal. That needs a level of discipline and motivation that people our age now still
Mhm.
don't have.
Yeah.
Where did that discipline motivation come from?
That discipline and motivation, I think I got it from my classical dance, Bharatanatyam.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so I think the reason I'm this stable, calm, composed today is only because of that. And the discipline that it teaches you, the hard work, and the resilience, the strength that you build in, not only physically but emotionally. So I think everything about that, it's all from Bharatanatyam.
The Bharatanatyam takes a lot of facial expression.
Yeah,
a lot of
it
discipline,
does.
yeah.
And it's like, for a 3-minute program, for a performance of 3 minutes, we need to practice every single day for 2 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just for a 3-minute
Just
program.
for a 3-minute program.
Wow.
So the amount of perfection that you need, the precision you need,
Yeah.
it's just you need to put in a lot of efforts. And
Effort.
because of that, you need to strategize all your other time.
Okay, you know what I find so interesting is that a lot of my friends they had to like give up their passions because for a greater interest or a greater goal.
Right.
It could be their need, their Allen, or their college or whatever. And people slowly they kind of dim down and forget their passions, their innate passions as a child for something else. You are proof that the passions we have in life that actually fuels all our dreams and our other interests, right? Use Bharatanatyam for your daily life to calm yourself, to bring discipline in your
Yeah.
work, and to balance your life and everything else. And I find that so inspiring.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
But obviously I want to talk about Project Karne.
Yes.
Everyone knows you by that, and
Yeah.
everyone when they look up your Instagram page, wow, she went to the UN, she did this, she did that. But really, how did it come to being? How did that start off?
Project Karne, it all started off with 1M1B. 1 million
Okay.
for 1 billion.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, so I just entered like a workshop, and then they gave us a couple of assignments where we have to come up with,
Mm-hmm.
a social impact project or something where we can give back to the society and the world, right?
Yeah.
I did come up with one called Unlabel Me,
Okay.
and I did try to, like, get it along and everything, but there was lack of awareness
Mm-hmm.
amongst the people. So that campaign was
What
majorly
was
on.
the campaign? Yeah, you tell me.
Yeah,
I'm
that
hearing.
campaign was majorly on no name calling, no bullying, no cyberbullying, and things like that. So it did get a little attention, but then, yeah, it just went
Yeah.
away. Yeah. So then after that, I started with Project Karune.
Yeah.
I started that with my best friend Vanchika.
Vanshika. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a very fun thing to start on with. We just, just thought like, okay, all orphanages, all kinds of institutions,
Mm-hmm.
they do something to help the society and the people, right? What can we do different?
Yeah.
The same lines, but how can we change the font?
Yeah.
And that's why we started with home cooked meals.
Home cooked meals. Yeah.
Yes, so we start with home cooked meals. We ask our volunteers to cook home cooked food, and then we deliver that to the children with, maybe like a handwritten note,
Oh.
or
Yeah.
yeah, or like a game that we can play with, or like a small conversation. So Project Karune is all about compassion
Compassion.
and connection.
Is that what Karune
Yes,
means?
Karune in Sanskrit means compassion.
Compassion.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So that's how it all started, and we do it with the old age homes, we do
Mm-hmm.
it with the orphanages, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just going great. The amount of lessons that you learn from the kids and from the elderly
Adults.
there,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just, you would realize how stupid you're complaining
About
about silly issues about life in daily life, right? So if you're for example, if you don't get a good food for your lunchbox, you'll be like, no, I want this, I want that, or you end up not even eating it
yeah.
sometimes. But they're just so down to earth, they're so grounded, and they're just, they're so innocent, and they're very genuine.
You
So
never know the value of something until
yeah,
it's taken away.
exactly.
Because I think people are takes everything for granted these
Yeah, yeah,
days.
yeah.
And you doing Project Current just gives such a reminder to people that there's so much out of our petty problems. But you were telling me that your grandfather again played a huge role
Yeah,
in Project
definitely.
Current. Can you
Yeah.
tell me a little bit about that?
When I was maybe in preschool or mid school,
Mm-hmm.
he would come to pick me up daily from school, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing that he did was check whether I've had my lunch. And he
Oh.
would open my box, he would see if everything's finished. And if I've not completed anything, he would not move the car until and unless I finished everything. So I feel that's where I started to learn not to waste food,
Mm-hmm.
and how important it is to finish what you've been given,
Mm-hmm.
and also, like, cherish every moment of
Yeah.
that, and
That
also appreciate the people who are cooking for you, because it's not easy for
it's
them
not
to,
easy.
like, wake up early in the morning and cook and everything, because half the people in our country don't have
Mhm.
the opportunities that we have today.
Home cooked meals have a different way to the
Yeah,
heart than
yeah.
just like ordering or Swiggy or something.
Yes.
I mean, you could just ask a restaurant to
Yeah.
give you food for your
Yeah,
food
yeah.
drive. They would definitely do that. But you chose home cooked
Yeah.
meals because it's made with love, and these kids and
Yes.
these elders have been deprived of this, right? So, you're talking about your main priorities, elders, and then
Orphanage.
orphans,
Yeah,
right?
orphans.
Can you say that you've learned some things from these people? Like, what have you learned from them?
um I think I've learned how to be grounded, how to be
Okay.
rooted to my roots,
Okay.
and how to be just grateful for every moment of our lives.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, they're very simple. No matter what you do, no matter how much you give them, it's just, they're very appreciative. And I
Oh.
feel that's what I've learned to be grateful every single day for whatever I've done. And even today, if it's like I'm going through a bad phase, maybe in school or at home or whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
I just have to go back to the orphanage or the food drive with Karune, and I'm just okay, this is what
My
life
problems aren't big.
is.
This is
Yeah,
hard.
yeah, this is like much bigger than what it is. Like,
Mm-hmm.
the world is going through so much more.
Yeah,
Yeah, so all our issues are a little petty when you look at it from that
definitely.
perspective.
And I hear all these stories of these children. I feel you know, if I feel it in my heart because these kids are forced to be mature from
Yeah.
such a young age
Yeah,
because they know
exactly.
they've been abandoned,
Yeah.
right? And it's an amazing initiative we're doing for Project Karane,
Thank
right?
you.
So next, since the pivotal moment in your career as a young philanthropist,
Yeah.
you and the UN.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
So I had the opportunity to present Project Karune at the 1M1P 9th Impact Summit at the United Nations Geneva,
Wow.
and I'm still processing that. Like, it's happened maybe I think 6 months ago,
Yeah.
and I'm still processing that. It's still in my system, and it was just a great experience.
Yeah.
The people that I met, again, all across the globe, and there are hundreds of other children, other young people like me, like us, who are doing so much more than what even I've done.
Yeah.
So it's just so inspiring, and it's really nice to just see them.
Are you like still in
Yeah,
that moment?
yeah, I'm still stuck on that moment. Like, I'm getting all
Because
excited
you're telling
and
me
everything.
going to the United Nations was a huge dream for you.
Yeah,
That's the reason why you
definitely.
applied
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
first
yeah.
place. And I remember seeing your videos going on like, wow, this girl is amazing. Tell me like clip to clip, like how were you feeling that day? Your emotions, right?
That particular day, I was literally running around, and I had heels, like pencil
Okay.
heels on me.
I think all the girls
And
can feel that.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think all the girls would relate to this. And it was very cold outside.
Switzerland.
And yeah, Switzerland, and it was in November, so it was very cold, and I was just wearing like one formal thing because I really want to look good.
Mhm.
So I choose looks over comfort. I mean, like,
Every girl's thing.
yeah, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
So it was just like, I was very busy.
Mm-hmm.
I was just running around from one place to another,
Yeah.
and I don't think it's sunk in me until and unless I came out of the UN.
Okay. I
Yeah,
just did this. This is huge. I mean,
yeah,
obviously,
yeah,
your parents must be feeling so proud of you.
yeah. Yeah.
Tell me about the UN.
I mean, yeah, I was genuinely very nervous that day because it was a big day for me, and there were a lot of people, and there were leaders, industry leaders,
Okay,
people
wow.
from the United Nations, and everyone. So, but yeah, it was all in all, it was a very good experience, a moment that I will cherish forever.
Okay. I mean, I can see you still like
Yeah,
ecstatic
it's
about
still
it.
there in me. So
Yeah. You know, from everything I'm hearing right now, I'm pretty sure all the viewers have that same question. How are you balancing everything? You're in 12th, you have your 12th boards, the most pivotal moment for any Indian student right now. But you're managing your social initiative. How is it all working?
I think in life it's all about balance, and I think that again I've learned it from Bharatanatyam. I do party, I do go out with my friends, I do have fun, but at the same time I also come back and then work.
Yeah.
Right? So it's just about balance. I don't know how I do it. It's just that I do what I like to do.
I think two things. One thing, the balance part of it you've cultivated
Yeah,
throughout
yeah.
the year. So it's
Yes.
basically a trial and error method.
Yeah.
And also because this is so important, by the way.
Yeah.
You're really passionate about what you do.
Yeah, I
When
think
you-
that's
yeah.
one of the major driving factor in me.
Yes.
It's just that I wake up every day to do something that I can maybe that will help me getting one step further in my career.
Yeah.
Right, so every single day whatever I do, I make sure that I do something or the other that will maybe help one day 10 days down the line.
Yeah.
So I feel that's one of the major factors that's helped me.
That is so important because I think everyone has this work hard type of mindset. Like, you should be in pain. You should suffer
Yeah,
for
yeah,
success.
yeah.
But no, wake up every day and do something you're passionate about.
Yeah.
Is science hard? You could say yes.
Yeah, maybe I
But you're
think
passionate about
yeah,
it.
I think even the science students would say that science is hard, but we chose that, right? So it's like that's what we are. We have to deal that.
Because you know that
Yeah.
being an astronaut is a lot more than
Yeah,
some exam.
yeah, exactly. Even the doctors, they know that it's going to be tough, but I mean, you're handling a life.
Yeah.
So you need to put in that much of effort and amount of hard work to get there. So.
The rewards outweigh the pain.
Yeah, definitely. Like, imagine going up there, seeing Earth from down, looking down at the Earth, and all you see is just stars, and you can see the Milky Way. It's just like
Beautiful.
Yeah.
When you're talking about, I can see your just face glowing when you talk about that stuff. It's so important because I think Indian society has made us forget
Yeah.
What passion is,
Yes.
right?
I agree.
Yeah. And talking about Indian society, what's to do with your future after 12? Right? Are we going to be seeing you in college? What's the next for you?
Yeah, definitely. I think I'm applying for universities this year. So I'll be applying for the universities abroad.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know where I'll be going. I still haven't decided which college is like my top one. But yeah, let's see where
Yeah.
the tide takes me.
Yeah. I wanted to say, can I ask something? Like, can we say that Indian society is like very linear when it comes to their thinking and whatever?
Right.
Because like, I also personally want to go and study abroad,
yeah.
right? And honestly, I see myself. You telling me this too. Like, you see yourself in a big city.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot about the mindset of the
Yeah,
city
yeah,
you are
definitely,
in.
yes.
And the hustle culture.
Yeah.
For people who like you and me who want to create so much in life, we have to be in like an innovative society
Yeah,
like that,
yeah.
right? And Indian society just has to catch up a lot.
Yeah, I think the only difference between maybe the outside world and here is that in the outside world, 9 to 5 is 9 to 5. And weekends off means it's weekends off. But in India, I see that with my parents. I've seen that with my parents. They've worked for 20 years, and I've seen it firsthand where they go to office 7 in the morning, they come back maybe 10 in the night, and even after that, at certain times they've had to work. Weekends they've had to go to offices, and it creates a lot of stress. It creates a lot of health issues, and it's just there's so many other factors involved in all of that, right? So when all of that happens, even if you're passionate about something, I feel that just fades away
That
because
fades
of
away.
all the stress that has
Yeah.
been caused. So I think that's one of the major factors that we as Gen Z, like because we'll be the next leaders, we'll have to look at it and then see what we can change.
change.
Yeah.
And I think people like you are definitely going to bring that change. I cannot wait to see what the stuff you're going to do.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So, what about the future for Project Karune? What do you anything?
It's pretty exciting, even for me. Yeah, we are going to build an online app for
Wow.
Project Karune, where it's going to globally connect people, the orphanages, the shelter homes, the people who want to volunteer, and sponsors, everybody on one platform. So the ideas are still floating around. There are
Oh, can't wait.
developers.
Yeah.
We have our whole team working on it. Maybe the first version will be out in another couple of months, weeks or months, maybe like two,
It's
3
a
months.
small
yeah.
sneak peek.
Yeah, small sneak
Everyone
peek
look
for
out for
future
this.
of
I would
Project
love this.
Karune.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, again, when you first told me about this story, and when
Right.
we met in like real life
Yeah.
and like in school also, the first thought that came to my mind, and I think everyone listening to this or who knows you in real life
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
how is she doing this? Okay, you started at such a young age, and you've been hustling ever since, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But it's not all a bed of roses, right?
Yeah.
So what does a not that happy days for you look like? Is it all just happy for you?
Never. I think we are all humans, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, there are bad days even for me. There have been academic setdowns because I'm a kind of person who cannot buy hard stuff. So like I
Okay.
need to understand, and certain things like maybe history back in 8th, 9th, 10th, I was like, why do I need to learn all of that? Yeah, people have their own reasons. But I think there have been academic setbacks. There have been things at home because I'm the eldest daughter.
Okay.
And I feel all the elder daughters will relate to this. Yeah, yeah, so like you get it even without saying anything. I think
Yeah.
the pressure is inbuilt, the expectations are inbuilt, and that's what causes the pressure, right? So like even today, no matter how progressive the community and the society has been, we as girls and daughters are still looked down,
Looked down.
than the sons.
Even after you go into the UN and everything, you still feel that pressure.
Not from my parents,
Yeah.
but from the
Other
other,
family
other
relatives, I
family.
can
yeah,
relate.
yeah. My parents have been my biggest supporters.
Yeah.
I should really thank them for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has your parents must have played a huge role when it comes to inspiring you
yeah,
and
definitely.
everything?
Yeah. My dad has been my number one supporter for all Project Karune, for my research projects and everything. And my mom's just been there for all my panic situations. So it's like she's my panic button. Like, Mom, I need you, and then she's
she's there,
she's
she's
just
there.
there. So
love that.
yeah, they've always been there, and my sisters also played like a huge role. All my friends, like my close friends, I think I wouldn't have survived any of this without them.
Well, now I know that if I want to go to space, I have some contacts.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
also, I can expect to see you, I don't know, Forbes 30 under 30, 5 years from now, 10 years from now.
Hopefully.
I cannot wait. I seriously
crossed.
mean this. The journey you've been through, and genuinely, the minute I met you and I started talking to you, you've been giving this kind of calming allure and aura to me, and like it shows in your work and your daily life. So what I'm getting from all this is it's all just a trial and error for you.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
You're learning through the progress, and
Yeah.
that's so important,
Yeah.
right? So I want to ask you a question. So finally, if you could give a piece of advice
Yeah.
to all of us here, right? Because we're all in a trial and error type of area. What would you say?
Just keep going.
Just keep going.
Just keep
Just keep
going.
swinging.
I know it's very hard to believe that right now, but honestly, just keep going and listen to your heart no matter what happens, because you should not have any regrets. in
No
life.
regrets.
No regrets in life at all, because I feel like it's better to do something and then own up to that,
Yeah.
rather than maybe 5 years down the line looking back at it and then thinking like, shit, maybe
Yeah,
I
I
should have done that.
No regrets.
No
Just do
regrets.
it.
Yeah.
I heard this thing like information is nothing without execution.
Hmm.
Because I feel like a lot of us have the brains, but we have that fear and we don't do the work. So that was an amazing piece of advice.
Yeah.
People say that just do it, but it's so hard to do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
And what you've done, it's honestly so inspiring, and it's such like a living proof that we can do so much. Doesn't matter your age.
Yeah.
So finally, Diti, if you could give a message to Diti Aradhya 5 years back and Diti Aradhya 5 years from now, what would you say?
Okay, to my younger self, I would say that you have grown up to be the woman you once dreamed of.
Oh, lovely.
And to the person maybe 5 years from now, I would say I'm proud of you.
That's really
like no
sweet.
matter what happens, I know you're going to figure out a way, because that's what you've done till now. No matter who stopped you, no matter what came your way, you just kept going. And I feel, don't ever lose your spark. Don't ever give up your dreams. And it's not only for me, I think it's for everybody. Just don't lose yourself
Yeah,
for anybody, for anything.
exactly. Thank you so much. Everything you said today, I think we've all taken to heart. I know I have. Everyone listening here right now loved every single word you're saying.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on this show. Between
Thank you
Deadlines
so
and
much.
Dreams.
Thank you so much for having me. It
It's-
genuinely means a lot.
We are the biggest fans, and I cannot wait to see the stuff you do. And I hope everyone, you guys enjoyed having Tutu here. Please do follow Project Karune
Yes.
to see the amazing things she's going to do in life, and we'll be watching out, Tutu.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'll see you guys on another episode. Have a good one. Bye bye.